Humans had just entered the galaxy. However, they hadn't overlooked the Galactic Council, an organization that oversees the most developed species in the cosmos. Its meetings were held in a vast chamber suspended high above a distant star, a place of diplomacy where each decision could shape entire planets. But now the Council's focus had shifted to Earth, the newest member of the galaxy. Delegates from different worlds gathered, their voices resonating in a chorus of languages and tones. They spoke of humanity, primitive, interesting perhaps, but ultimately insignificant. They watched from afar as humans took their first leaps into deeper space, each alien representative quietly confident humans they believed were beneath them. An elder of the Qualan species, whose skin shimmered like polished silver, chuckled. "Humans are hardly heavier than our children," he said. "They do everything through machines, they quarrel over resources, their planet is violent, chaotic." Another voice chimed in, this one from the shore, tall crystalline beings who stood like living obsidian statues. "They are fragmented," she said. "Constantly at odds, driven by old wounds and greed, they cannot even unite among themselves. What could they possibly offer us?" The council murmured in agreement. Consensus formed quickly. Humanity would be welcomed, yes, but only to fall in line, to become subservient. A representative from Zealand, thin and luminous, added, "We offer them recognition, a seat at the table like other juvenile species. They will learn humility. In return, they will give us data, labor, and loyalty." One warrior species objected, known for its strict discipline. They argued no species should be admitted without proving allegiance. Let them submit first. Low, thoughtful murmurs filled the chamber. Eventually, the motion passed. An invitation veiled as a command would be sent. The council assumed Earth would comply as others had. But then a voice from the back of the chamber spoke up. It was Moa, the observer from the island realms, an ancient species with vast, quiet knowledge. "You are only seeing the surface," Moa said. "Yes, they are divided. Yes, they struggle, but they survive. They endure themselves and learn under pressure. You underestimate their resilience." Most ignored her. To the council, humans were still children, still fragile, still unworthy. And so the meeting was adjourned. The invitation would be delivered. Earth would be brought into the fold. The delegates left, confident and smug. They had no idea who was truly watching. Humanity had been watching the stars for millennia, asking if they were alone. The first transmission from the council was met with diplomacy, calm words, careful faces. To the council, humanity looked eager, naive. But in truth, Earth's scientists, strategists, and commanders had taken that message very seriously. They saw it for what it was, a warning, a test, and they would not fail. Behind the scenes, humanity moved quickly. Research sectors coordinated in silence. Technologists pushed the limits of their knowledge. Military planners ran simulations. Earth's best minds turned every bit of alien data they'd gathered into something new. They reverse-engineered technologies, built ships, not massive Empire-class fleets, but compact, resilient, and deadly. Cloaking, targeting, adaptive shielding, each vessel had one directive: adapt, invent, survive. Training programs were hidden, tactics developed in secret. They prepared for scenarios they couldn't yet define, formations for guerrilla warfare, tactics for outmaneuvering superior numbers. Because humanity's history was not just violence, it was adaptation. It was defiance, it was survival. Satellites were launched, some for science, some for spying. Hyperspace routes were mapped, council fleet patterns monitored, political behaviors logged, languages decoded. A shadow network of intelligence grew. Only a small inner circle on Earth knew the truth: scientists, generals, leaders. Their mission was simple: prepare for peace but never count on it. The council's message came at last, dressed in the language of diplomacy, but every word dripped with control. It was an invitation to surrender autonomy, to lower defenses, to let the council dictate Earth's future. Earth's leaders read it carefully, each line dissected, each implication debated. They knew what was at stake. To accept blindly would be to kneel forever. To reject openly might spark war, so they responded with precision. "Thank you," they said. "We are eager to learn more, to explore the opportunity of membership." Nothing promised, nothing refused. The council predictably interpreted the reply as naive hesitation. They believed humanity was simply overwhelmed and that they still held all the power. And so they sent a fleet, not for war, not yet, but as a show of force, a ceremonial display of what defiance would bring. Their ships moved into Earth's orbit, expecting awe, expecting fear, expecting submission. But Earth's leaders had seen it coming, and what happened next would not go according to plan. The authority of the council viewed this as a custom, a ceremony carried out innumerable times with other animals across the stars. They presumed nothing would change on Earth, but what they were unaware of was that humanity wasn't getting ready for a ceremony. As the council fleet of the galaxy approached Earth, they maintained an atmosphere of serene dominance. Rows of enormous, stylish vessels cut through space, a breathtaking display of immense power, evidence of the Council's ability to command. The captains of these ships moved in tandem with practiced precision, confident that their mere presence would send a clear message. After all, this was just another ritual, a symbolic visit, nothing more. They anticipated no resistance. Earth to them posed no threat. One underage participant who had been transported across the galaxy for healing multiple times was their precedent. Why should this be different? But then the fleet entered Earth's orbit and something changed. Subtle at first, a series of signals began appearing on their scanners. They were dismissed as noise, a simple error, but the signals grew clearer. A pattern formed. The operators quickly realized they were not alone. The Earth fleet had arrived, dispersed, antiquated by alien standards but well-structured, formed with purpose. The Council ships, though mighty, were suddenly surrounded. Human vessels emerged from concealed strategic positions, smaller but not weaker. Their designs revealed careful planning, balanced between power and precision. Council commanders watching their screens were stunned. These were not the frail, unprepared ships of a juvenile race. This fleet was built with knowledge, with intent, with understanding. Inside the Council vessels, commanders exchanged incredulous looks. The human formation spoke volumes, a level of tactical unity they had not expected even from their most elite units. They had expected awe, compliance, a species that would gaze up in wonder from the surface. They were not ready for this. Gradually, a tense silence descended across the fleet. The Council had come to deliver a performance, but humanity was rewriting the script. Then the shift happened. A signal was received, calm, direct, a message broadcast across every channel: the sovereignty of Earth will be upheld. Any act opposing it will be addressed. There were no threats, no boasts, just bold clarity, a serene assurance that unsettled even the most seasoned Council commanders. Panic whispered through the fleet. Evaluations began, new assessments of human capabilities, and what they found was disturbing. Human ships were equipped with systems the Council believed were beyond their reach: cloaking, shielding, targeting, all seamlessly integrated, poised for action. The Council had superior firepower, but Earth had flexibility, agility, surprise. Suddenly, the tight formation of the Council's fleet no longer felt like a symbol of power. It felt like a vulnerability. Orders were issued, positions changed. The Council ships began to spread out, adapting for faster response. Humanity was no longer a cooperative species. They were an adversary, prepared, composed, unshaken. The display of dominance faltered. Meanwhile, the Earth fleet moved with elegance. No haste, no theatrics, every maneuver calculated, every position deliberate. Alien leaders trained to interpret brute power now faced an unnerving stillness. Humanity was not here to perform, they were here to stand. Council leaders issued warnings, reminders of their might, but Earth's fleet stood firm. Each threat met with a mirrored response: cool, calm, capable, a countermeasure every time. Minutes passed, then hours, and slowly alien commanders began to understand. They had come expecting obedience, but humanity answered with sovereignty, with independence, and a quiet defiance that bordered on rebellion. The Council had to reconsider not only their strategy but their entire understanding of this young species. More members joined the Council discussion. Tensions rose, frustration built. But Earth remained unshaken. Its representatives spoke with clarity, persistent, uncompromising in their demand for mutual respect. This was new. The Council wasn't used to being spoken to as equals. They struggled with it. They labeled the humans' tone insolent, arrogant, but behind closed doors they knew the truth. Humanity had not yielded.